Well, a very good afternoon on the first day of December. Yes, it's the 1st of December 2023. It's a White Rabbit Day. White rabbit, white rabbit, white rabbit. You should always say that the first day of the month. It offers a month-long period of peace and tranquility and good fortune. Whether you have 30 days or 31 days or 28 days in the month, it doesn't matter. Or 29 if it's a leap year, for February. I don't know anyone who's born on the 29th of February. Not one. And a bit of bad luck, isn't it, when you only get a birthday every 4 years. A bit of a downer, isn't it? I come for a... Bye-bye. It's sundown, and I like my sundown walks. So I thought I'd come out to this stubble field, and the West Lodge is just over there. Well, the ruins of the West Lodge and the Mid Lodge is in the mid-distance. I should have come out maybe half an hour ago. I keep forgetting that the sun sets at, no, 3:30. And it's been a pleasant day again, very cold, but I thoroughly enjoyed today. I didn't go for a long walk today, but I went for a little dander earlier on, and I've come here for a late afternoon stroll in the stubble just to, well, keep you going till the next day, doesn't it? And as usual, there's a bloody machine somewhere working up there in the Monzie calendar area. Causing a bit of a nuisance in the otherwise very peaceful afternoon there. I am a great fan of sub-zero temperatures and anticyclones in the winter. I really do enjoy them, and I'm rather hoping this one lasts a few more days at least. I've managed to get on with some chopping of kindling yesterday. I had a very busy day yesterday at the home address. I have to say I got rather a lot done because I'd been out walking on the Wednesday. I load this about going to Loch Ernhead by the route of the old railway line from St Fillan's and back again. I done really quite well. 12 miles in just over 4 hours. I thought was not bad. And anyway, I've not got my gloves with me, and I'm finding my hands are a bit chilly. But I'm going to go have a wander over to see the beech leaves. That's what I'm going to do. Yes, we've missed it, Andy. I think the sun's just a few minutes too late. I think you should have made the decision at 2:30, not at 3 o'clock. A bit of an error. Yes, the sun's already gone. But I think we're hopeful for another fine day. The landscape is so bereft of all wildlife. There's a few blue tits and hopping around over here, but otherwise there's nothing really. That solitary crow that was going home to bed, but just nothing. But I do like. Well, I used to spend an awful time wandering around this estate. Some people actually thought I was a bloody laird. I spent so much time on the land and was visible from the road. Perhaps they'll think I'm back again. There's somebody looking over. Yeah, so glanced over to say, what the hell's he doing? Oh, it's the laird. It's the laird of Monzie. Yes. You can see that nature is very much in control of how it does everything. It soaked the land and washed away all the debris into the rivers, and then the winds came and cleared everything up and put them in nice piles and corners, and in the stubble where all the leaves are trapped. It's It's going to make some good compost in the tops of the soil. But yeah, I thought I'd come over and have a look at this one. Actually, what kind of tree is this, Amy? It's a chestnut. That's what it is. It's a chestnut tree. Good afternoon to you. You've been here a long time. That's a real grandmother of the forest, isn't it? It really is. It's an old chestnut tree. Yeah, look, there's it's a Spanish chestnut, look, Annie. So the squirrels would have been all around here and got rich pickings all autumn. So here's what I came to see, the leaves. I love leaves. I used to spend hours and hours and hours just, putting my feet into leaves, walking along. I used to deliberately find places to walk where I could put my feet into the leaves. Oh yes, it's wonderful to do this. Even at my age, just to bring back the memories of childhood, of just nothing more important in life except putting your feet into the leaves. I'm sorry to disturb you, grandmother chestnut. I'm not causing a fuss. Yeah, she's fast asleep. She's another one that's gone fast asleep for the winter. And I feel sorry for the trees. I do. I mean, they're all right. They've got some company here, but those, solitary trees, isolated trees that have no one to talk to. And I see a bird floating around there. There's a robin over there, Andy. Oh look, there's a little tree creeper. Just let me just zoom in a little for you. There's a tree creeper on here. It's going around the other side, Annie. Let me try and see if it comes round. Sometimes they reappear. It's on this tree anyway. It should reappear somewhere up. It's on the oak tree, you see. Oh dear, where is it? Oh, it's flown away. I can see it flying over there. Never mind. I must have startled it. Mrs. Orchardson used to stay in that house over there. She's a lovely old lady. I've mentioned Mrs. Orchardson in a lot of my uploads in the past. I was very fond of her. She had no running water. And she had no electricity. And goodness knows how she got her food. I don't know what she did, but she was a wonderful person. And she used to go down, walk down there to the river for a wash and collect water. And she always had an open door. She was always happy to see anybody for a chat. But I used to love sitting chatting to her. She always gave me this orange squash. There's a little wren. Well, you won't see it in the light, but it's sitting up there. Come on, Annie, let's. I think the camera, the light is so bad now because sun's gone away that we might not actually have anything to look at. So perhaps we'll have to make this a rather short vlog today. I'm sorry about this. Let's make our way back over this route. Shall we go back this way, Annie? Just as well. It's perishing cold. It is absolutely freezing. But there's something wonderful about December. I look forward to it all year because the sky is interesting. And there's something very final about the sky in the month of December. I don't know, it's done its work for the year and it's settled down to some rest. And you know, until we get some of these Atlantic storms rolling through and bringing us all sorts of weather, I think it's nice to see the sky at peace and the landscape all settled for snooze. Everything's resting. It's a wonderful time about December and January. Everything's in restful mood. Well, so much in the next 3 weeks until the equinox, you know, the solstice, actually, the winter solstice. Until then, and then things start to just slowly, ever so slowly start to get back to life again. You know, the snowdrops start to kind of shrug their shoulders and yawn and wake up, and snowdrops are generally the first to show face. Because I'm talking about the plants, you see. There's a bitterly cold night coming, Annie. I'm glad you've got the fire on. I'm glad you've got that all sorted, and you've got half your dinner prepared. So there's not a lot to do when we get home except load things onto the computer and do some editorial work on the next upload. I think that's what we'll do this evening, and we should be quite happy. But I'm sorry I forgot my gloves because well, my hands are bloody freezing, absolutely numb with cold. And I remember I used to work in outdoors, and I never really felt the cold when I was outside every single day of my life working. And I'm talking when I was a younger man, and I was working over there at the preparatory school, and then the children were all sent off to Fettes College, or Glenalmond, or Strathallan, or Kilgraston, or you know, all sorts of schools around about. They used to, you know, I loved all the parents coming to pick them up. When I first started there, it was wonderful. They all arrived in the month of September with all their chests packed with all their stuff. It was a real hive of activity. And I got to know lots of people. And some very nice people, I mean, a lot of aristocracy and stuff. Hello, Andy, how are you? Goodness me, I saw something in the paper about you're running up in Hungarshire or something, were you? Yes. Well done. Well done. I heard you were presented with Tony Campbell, was it? I was like, I didn't want to say Tony, but Anthony Campbell. Yes, the Duke of Argyll, yeah. Oh, well done, yes. Someone said, yes, music. And I remember one of the teachers, Miss Pendergrass, that was her name, Miss Pendergrass. I know her first name, I won't mention it, but Miss Pendergrass. And she says to me, she says, Andy, would you like to judge the garden competition for the children this year? I said, well, I'd be absolutely delighted to do this. She said, well, why don't we set a time on this day or time? I said, yes, that's fine with me. And she presented me with a lovely book. Thank you very much, Andy, for supporting us, and thank you very much for judging the competition. The children were absolutely amazed that you in agreement with your choices on the overall winner of the garden. I still got the little, yes, I got the little booklet, and I got the, I can't, well, yeah, she signed it as well. Thank you very much. And of course, when I was there, that was the centenary of the school, and that was a fabulous day, it really was. Mr. Frost was the original founder and headmaster, and he acquired the land and built a fabulous school upon it, and in 1983, the centenary year, and I can still remember the garden party. It was wonderful. It really was. It was absolutely. I mean, I was in charge of the grounds at the time, and we had to get everything spick and span. And I always remember that the azaleas and the rhododendron and the honeysuckle all came into perfect bloom, all just at that week, and the day was absolutely marvellous. And I'd striped all the lawns with it was really good. And food was fantastic. There was so much to eat. It really was. And I was glad I was asked to attend. I got a picture with me. And someone wrote a book about it all, and there's a little thing about me. There's a photograph which I could, pick myself out from, but it was a good time. Really pleasant memories actually of that place. It was great fun. And my headmaster, well, not the headmaster, but he was really, in effect, my boss. He smoked a pipe, and he was a Cambridge man. He was a delightful gentleman. Sadly, he's passed away now, but only in the last few years. But he was an absolute gem of a man. And I had a lot of fun. But I said to him one time, I said, it was about 3 years, I said, in the job, or 4 years, or something like that, I can't remember now, but I said, I've had enough. What's wrong, Eddie? I said, I've had enough of raking leaves in the autumn. I'm fed up looking at them. He said, oh, come. Is it the finances, or is it anything we can sort out? I said, no, it's the leaves. And he said to me, what? We'll give you an increase on your wages. Would that change your mind? And I says, well, it will help, but it won't help for me dreaming about leaves. He says, no, we can't help that, Annie. But he says, yes, we'll increase your wages. And so they did. They were very fond of me. Very fond of me indeed. But there was a car coming. I was going to tell you a story. But, well, I can continue, I suppose. You can always tell the car to shushed. And I remember going to the interview. I remember I was only a young chap at the time. And he says to me, he says, on a telephone call, he says, would you, well, I saw that car before you saw it. I don't know why you couldn't see the headlights of that car. I mean, nearly caused a damn collision with this oncoming motor. But, what a buffoon. He was too busy looking at me, I think. And, anyway, so I said 9:30 Saturday morning is absolutely fine with him. In fact, it's perfect. And I knew where the school was, because I delivered newspapers there, of course, when I was even younger. So I had an idea how long it would take me to walk from my home to the school. But I decided at quarter to 9 in the morning that I thought I better just give my hair a rinse, a wash in the sink. And I mean, you didn't really have to have a shower every damn day. You just stuck your head in the sink, and that was enough. So I dipped my head in the sink, and then the bloody hairdryer wasn't working in the house. So what the hell am I going to do now? So I just gave it a rough down with the towel, and then I started to walk, and the bloody sun came out. It was bloody roasting. And I got all the way along Wider Road, and I thought, I'm never going to bloody make it for 9:30. And then I twisted up the bloody driveway. It seemed to take forever to get there, and I started running up. And by the time I got there, I was bloody out of breath, even though I was a runner. I thought I was running so fast and up the bloody hill. And anyway, I got there, and he came down. I rang the doorbell, and he came down, and the very first thing he did was, you must be Andrew. I says, yes. And the first thing he did was looked at his watch. It The very first thing he did, he had a pipe in his mouth. Well, he obviously took it out to greet me. He came upstairs, and as we came up the stairs and into this fabulous drawing room, I still remember that drawing room. We used to go to cheese and wine parties there as well. But this fabulous drawing room with a great big piano stuck in the bloody middle of it. He sat down next to the fire, and he was on the one chair and I was on the other. And a lady came through, who I later found out was his wife. And she was a lovely woman too, but she said, "Would you like some coffee?" And I says, "Oh, I'd love some." She says, so she obviously got people down in the kitchens to make the coffee, and it was sent up. And so we sat down with these bloody small cups, these tiny little cups for espresso coffee thing. But it was just normal coffee, but I thought I need a big bloody mug, not this little thing. And it was my downfall, because I'd take a sip out of it and half it was gone. And she said, "Would you like a biscuit?" And I thought it would be rude to refuse. I said, "Oh, yes, okay." And I grabbed a bloody digestive biscuit. And as I think he done it deliberately. I'm quite sure he did. Because every time I stuck the bloody biscuit in my mouth, he asked me a question. And all these bloody crumbs were all coming down onto my chest and down the side of my mouth. And what the hell? And I tried to get a drink of coffee, and it was bloody none in the cup. And they're both sitting looking at me, and he's got his pipe in his mouth, examining me, and I'm thinking, oh, I've bloody blown this one. But no, I got the job, and I have to say they're fantastic people, and they're really supportive, and they were very good about me with my athletics and stuff. When I said I needed the day off in the week to go to a running meeting, he says, "Yes, by all means, don't worry about it. Just take it off. You don't owe us the time. Just go, Annie, and win the race." I can see the squirrel over there, Annie. Camera won't pick it up, but I can see the squirrel. It's a red squirrel too. It's down collecting the Spanish chestnuts I was talking about earlier. You might catch it, Annie. There it's over there. Can we zoom in, Annie? Oh, there he goes. Sorry about the focus. He's sitting there anyway. I thought it'd be too cold for him to be out the day it is. We might catch him again. And we better get back to the car, Andy. Oh, it's really cold, eh? There he goes. I might just catch him again, Annie.